Hey, happy New Year's Eve. I wanted to stop in before we get into 2025 and give you guys some quick tips on either how to start your book or if you're in it and you're stuck, how to move from that space. Now, I know that there were a lot of people who said that they were going to start the book or write the whole thing this year, and maybe that didn't happen. We're only on the 30th, so you can still start. You may not finish, but you can at least start your book. So if you're in that space where you really thought that you were going to start your book, but you haven't, here's the first thing you can do. Ask yourself if you really want to write a book. And I'm saying that because there's this whole, you should write a book because you have a story to tell. It's true, you do have stories to tell, but everybody doesn't always want to write a book. And yes, it is empowering, and yes, it is fun and all these things, but I don't necessarily think everybody needs to write a book. It would be great if everybody did, but I don't necessarily think that's everybody's mission. So with that being said, first, if you have not started it and you've said you were going to do it, ask yourself, is it something you really want to do? If it's not, that's fine. You don't have to tell your story that way. But before you get in it, be sure writing a book is what you really want to do, because it is a job, it is a commitment. There's so much involved in writing a great book, not just writing a book, but writing a great book. And if you don't really want to do it, then I don't recommend taking on the task. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you do want to write the book, but you are just dealing with a lot of fear, what I will say is this: start writing the book. You just gonna have to be scared. And I think that a lot of people are waiting for there to be this pocket of non-fear, which, I mean, it could happen, but you might be waiting a long time. So if you are afraid to start your book for whatever reasons, plural, because there's probably more than one, go ahead and assess those fears, write them down, like flesh them out, and then start writing the book, because they probably won't dissipate until you start taking the action. All right, so get started. Now, what does get started mean? So that can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Getting started could mean getting clear on what you want to write about. Getting started could mean you know what you want to write about, but you just don't have any concrete material in front of you. So if that's the case, start taking notes. It does not matter what the notes look like. It doesn't matter what you write them on. It doesn't matter how you formulate them. But it is the action of writing, whether you handwrite or whether you type some stuff up. You're not going to start feeling like this thing is real until you take action. Thinking about writing a book is really nice, but it's not real until you're actually doing it, even if it's just, I'm in the note-taking phase, right? So start taking notes. However you feel most comfortable doing that, start doing that. Let's back up to, if you are not sure what you want to write about and you're sure you want to write a book, start deciding, making some concrete decisions about what your topic is going to be. Maybe you have 5 ideas. Which one of those 5 means the most to you? That is a good place to start if you are toying with a bunch of different things. You're not taking any action the longer you let those thoughts roll around in your head. All right. So decide what you're going to write about. Start taking notes in your phone, in your journal, whatever you need to do. But you got to start seeing some words outside your head in order for this to feel like something that you're about to really do. Now, if you are in your book and you're stuck, which we would call writer's block. One of the things that I talk about in my online course, Ready for the World Publishing Prep, is this writer's block concept. And it is a thing. I'm not going to say it's not real, because it is. But from my experience, writer's block is about your fixation on exactly what you feel like you need to write. So if you're sitting at the computer or wherever, on your phone, however you doing your thing right now, and you want to be writing, but you're not, it's probably because you are focused too much on what you're about to write. Like, you feel like it needs to be perfect. Like, you feel like it needs to look and sound like something in particular. And that's also not the way to get the book written. There is plenty of content in your head, but you have to pull it out. And it's very rare that during the writing process, everything funnels out of you in this beautiful, orderly fashion. All right? So just get it out. Don't worry about how it comes out. Don't worry about how out of order it is. Maybe you wanted to write this thing today, but this other thing is on your mind. So start writing that. It doesn't matter if it's in bits and pieces. It doesn't have to make all the sense in the world, but you got to get it out of you. So it can be very messy. It's probably going to be very messy. Don't worry about it. You got to get the words out of your head. So if you're in the writer's block situation, just start typing. Whatever the topic is, just start typing. Don't worry about how much you type. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just do it. All right. So what else? Writer's block. Do you want to write a book? Yes, I want to write a book, and now I need to get started. So we're taking notes. We are deciding which topic we're going to write about. And once you decide what topic you're going to write about, then you need to go read in that genre. Okay? I know you didn't think I was going to get off this video without telling you to read. Because if you want to be a great writer, if you want to write a great book, you need to be reading. And the number one thing you need to be reading is the type of book you want to write. So that's part of your job as the author, is going to find books in the realm that you want to write in, that you find will be interesting to you, and reading them. So these are just some basic tips to get you started or help you move through so that you can have a book ready in 2025, if that's what you want to do. All right. If you need more help with any of this, there are lots of ways that I can help you. If you tap the link in my bio and you click on Ready for the World Publishing Prep, you can take the course. It's about 3 hours. It's just audio and video, so there's no actual work for you to do. It's just an info course. And then there's also Writing to Publish, Penning a 5-Star Project, which is a 1-hour audio. It's the masterclass that I did last year, and that is also for sale. And then you can sign up for a creative consultation, which is where you get me one-on-one, and I will walk you through whatever you need help with. And then there are higher levels where you can sign up for my longer term coaching, but you have to apply for that. So that's not something you can just do on your own. So let's get these books written. I know you guys have stories. I know you want to tell them, and it's time to stop playing around. The people are waiting. We waiting on you. All right. You guys have a great, safe, fun, peaceful new year. I will see you all in 2025 on the published side.